You've been quoted hundreds to move your piano. The thought crosses your mind. I can do this myself? But what if that DIY attempt has a 62% chance of ending in thousands of dollars of damage? The risk isn't just to the piano. It's to your home and, more importantly, to your body. This isn't just a heavy box. It's an instrument weighing up to 1,300 pounds with a dangerous center of gravity. We'll now break down the true cost of DIY versus professional, so you can see why the price tag is justified. First, let's look at the numbers. A professional move typically costs between $200 and $1,000. This price depends on piano type, distance, and challenges like stairs or tight corners, which can add costs. The DIY cost seems much lower, maybe just a truck rental and pizza for your friends. But this is where hidden costs begin. One wrong pivot can lead to scratched hardwood floors, dented door frames, and damaged walls. Repairs can exceed the pro cost. You might think, my standard moving insurance will cover any damage. But you'll soon see why that's a dangerous assumption. Professionals don't rely on luck. They rely on specialized gear like piano dollies, skid boards, and specific moving straps. Here's the critical detail. A piano's weight isn't even. The cast iron frame makes it incredibly top-heavy and unbalanced. Professionals are trained to use this imbalance. A skid board allows them to safely slide the piano, keeping it controlled. So, how do they avoid damaging your home? It starts before they touch the piano. They meticulously measure every doorway and hallway. For grand pianos, the legs and pedals must be removed. A DIY mistake here can cause permanent damage, costing thousands to fix. Even if you move it without a scratch, another danger awaits. The climate. Humidity changes can warp the wood and crack the soundboard. This is why long-distance professional movers use climate-controlled trucks. They maintain stable conditions for the instrument. Let's look at the consequences. DIY attempts often result in deep gouges in the finish, chipped keys from being bumped against a door frame, or worse, a cracked soundboard from being dropped, and the human cost. Back strains that require weeks of recovery, crushed fingers, or worse. These aren't hypotheticals. They are common outcomes of a DIY piano move. One mistake can turn it into expensive firewood. And even with a successful move, the piano will need retuning. That's another $100 to $200 for your DIY budget. Now let's get back to that insurance question. Standard moving insurance is a trap. It pays by weight, around 60 cents per pound. For a 500-pound piano, that's just $300. That won't even cover a minor scratch repair, let alone replacement. Professional piano movers, on the other hand, carry specialized liability insurance designed to cover the full value of the instrument. And we haven't even talked about sentimental value. If it's a family heirloom, no policy can replace it. Prevention is the only protection. So the DIY path is riddled with hidden costs: property repair, piano repair, medical bills, and worthless insurance. The savings evaporate. Let's circle back to that initial quote. Let's say $500. Remember the 62% chance of damage? That's not a risk, it's a probability. The true DIY cost isn't zero. It's the potential cost of thousands in repairs. Suddenly, that $500 professional fee looks very different. You're not paying movers just to lift something heavy. You are paying for their equipment, their knowledge, and their insurance. You're paying to transfer risk. The choice becomes clear. Pay a predictable, fixed cost for a guaranteed safe outcome, or gamble with an unpredictable, catastrophic cost. Moving a piano is a high-stakes task that looks deceptively simple. The weight and imbalance make it a job for trained specialists. When you weigh the high probability of damage against the value of your instrument, your property, and your health, the professional cost is justified. Ultimately, what you're buying is peace of mind, the confidence that your instrument will arrive safely at its new home. So before you text your friends and rent a truck, make a different call. Get a quote from a few insured professional piano movers.